So we have in here my lovely model Sarah, and we are gonna do a glamorous makeup today. And the first step for any sort of makeup is preparing the face. So I'm gonna start by using this toner from Kiehl's. It's a calming toner with calendula extract. And this also gets rid of any trace of makeup that was. Now we are going to use this vitamin C by Amorvisca that is going to plump the face. And we're going to leave that in for a minute just to sink in. Now we're going to use this eye cream from Aven. So after we waited a minute with the vitamin C to sink in, now I'm going to use this serum by Your Prestige. It's a rose serum, and it will give your face a very smooth base. I'm gonna use this primer from Benefit. It's a Pore Professional, and it's gonna be good to hide these pores in the T-zone. And also Sarah gets oily in these areas as well. So after the primer, I'm gonna use this Fenty foundation in number 220. Can you look up for me? We're taking the foundation down onto the neck, making sure we don't have any harsh lines. Now I'm gonna use the concealer, Fenty Beauty as well. Look up for me. And because this concealer is way too light, I'm gonna use two colors. So I'm using number 185 combined with 290. And with a soft brush, just gonna conceal this area. Close your eyes for me. Now we're also gonna conceal, these little spots. and a few other areas around here, just a bit. That looks so good on your skin.
Mm-hmm.
So now I'm gonna use Laura Mercier translucent powder to set the concealer, but before I do that, I just want to make sure I don't have any lines, because that's how it's going to set, with the lines if you leave the concealer in there. So I'm just gonna smoothen those lines out. Can you look up for me? Make sure there aren't any lines in there, and then I set with a fluffy brush. So I'm using a fluffy brush because I do not want to move the product underneath. And a fluffy brush you can control better. Now I'm gonna use this Fenty Mocha match stick. This is a foundation stick, but I use it for contour. So now after I did the contouring, I'm gonna go back with the powder. Can you look that way for me? And I'm gonna set everything I did. So now I'm just gonna go all over, making sure everything is set. It's gonna stay in place for hours. Now I'm gonna use a Illamasqua palette for the browns. So I'm gonna start with this soft brown from here. I'm also gonna take this brown all the way here to create some shades. And take it up into the brown. I'm now gonna take the darker brown to create the smokiness. Tap the excess off. And with the same brush I used earlier, I'm gonna blend that. Now, depends how darker you want to go. Just keep adding small bits. Don't go with a lot of product to start with. It's better if you just build it up. So now we're going back to the soft brown to do the under eyes. Can you look up for me, please? And now with darker brown as well, just in the corners. Now we are gonna use this fancy Kilowatt. This is a highlighter, but I'm gonna use it for the eyes. It's a beautiful red. I'm just gonna put it in the center of the eyes. Look at that. That's such a gorgeous color. So now to make the color pop even more, I'm gonna use my finger and I'm just gonna close and I'm just gonna tap it on top. And now we're taking the same brush and we're just gonna make it softer around the edges. Now I'm gonna use a black pencil to do the liner. I'm just gonna trace it very, very close to the lash line. And then I'm just gonna smudge that. And push it into the lash line. Now, after I traced that line with a pencil, I'm gonna go on top with this tattoo liner by Kat Von D. And we're just gonna make it darker. Now I'm gonna use a white pencil from MAC, and I'm gonna put on the lower lash line to give Sarah the effect of a bigger eye. Now I just want to create a depth to the eyes, so I'm just gonna add more brown. Now we're gonna carry on with the rest of the face, and I'm gonna use this palette of bronzers and blush from Bare Minerals, and I'm going on top of what we did earlier with the contour. I'm gonna go with a bronzer. So the same bronzer I'm using on a smaller brush just to define and contour nose. And I'm doing the same for the lips. Just gonna create some shades to give the idea of a bigger lip. Now we're gonna use the blush from here. Now I'm gonna use this brow soap, and I'm just gonna spray some fixing spray on it, and then I go with the brush and we're gonna brush Sarah's brows upwards so they will stay up. So I'm using this brow pencil from Soap and Glory, and I'm just gonna put some strokes into there just to make them look fuller. Now I'm gonna use this Becca highlighter. And I'm also gonna use highlighter in the highest points of the face. Also gonna put a tiny bit in here. So now we are gonna put some lashes. Can you look down for me, please? So now we're gonna do the lips, and I've got in here a MAC lip liner, and is the shade Nice and Spicy. And the lipstick is Pillow Talk by Charlotte Tilbury. And now I'm just gonna add a pop of this Fenty lip paint. Can you look down for me, please? So we did Sarah's hair, and now the last step. I'm gonna use Charlotte Tilbury Glow Gas in the shade Peach Gas. And you guys know this is my favorite. Can you turn your face that way? And we're gonna finish with Too Faced setting spray. Close your eyes. So that's it, guys. This is the tutorial. I hope you enjoyed that. Sarah looks absolutely stunning.